Okay, so what if getting laid off
Uh-huh.
wasn't actually like the end,
Yeah.
but instead it was more like the beginning of a whole new journey, and that journey was guided by
Oh, wow.
a robot calligrapher. I mean, that's kind of the idea.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Behind this art piece by Khalid Al-Mansoori, it's called The Scribe.
Okay.
And today we're going to take a deep dive into it and what it tells us about the future.
The future of work.
Of work, yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting how he uses this image, right?
Yeah,
this
yeah.
really cool,
Striking.
striking visual of a robotic arm making these certificates to get us thinking about automation, you know?
Yeah.
What happens when machines can do
Right.
so many of the jobs that we do?
Yeah, so let's break this down a little bit.
Okay.
So the scribe is like basically handing out these
Right.
worker retraining certifications.
Exactly.
What are those exactly? And why are they so important in this future that he's kind of envisioning?
Think of it like diplomas
Right.
for the robot age.
Oh, okay.
So as automation, keeps taking over more tasks,
Right.
people are going to have to learn new skills, right?
Yeah.
To stay employed. And
Yeah, makes sense.
these certifications are proof that they've done that.
I see.
Al-Mansoori imagines that governments are actually the ones giving these out as a way to manage this big shift.
Yeah, so almost like a new social contract
Right.
for this age of automation.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the scribe for a second.
Okay.
I read that
Yeah,
Al-Mansoori has a background in like legal theory
that's right.
and physics,
Yeah.
which seems kind of unusual.
Yeah, yeah.
For an artist,
Right.
how does that kind of influence his work?
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it so compelling, right?
Yeah.
He's not just trying to make something pretty.
Correct.
He's trying to build plausible scenarios.
Mhm.
He uses legal theory to imagine how laws might govern robots, and then he explores physics
Right
to
now.
make sure the concepts are realistic.
Okay.
He's essentially world building, like a science fiction writer.
Yeah, so he's not just like presenting this cool idea, but he's
That's
thought
right.
through like the actual consequences
Exactly.
and the complexities.
Uh-huh.
So in this world he's built, are there actual laws that govern how robots interact?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Especially in the workplace.
especially in the workplace.
There are definitely strict legal frameworks
Okay.
that he imagines around robotics,
Interesting.
which raises so many questions for us right now.
Yeah.
How do we design ethical guidelines for AI?
Uh-huh.
How do we make sure it's fair
Yeah.
in a job market that's increasingly
Right.
influenced by algorithms?
Uh-huh.
These are things we need to start thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
And
In the midst of all of this automation
yeah.
and these legal frameworks, we have this robot
Right.
meticulously practicing the very ancient art of calligraphy.
Right.
It's such a stark contrast.
It is. It's beautiful.
Why do you think he chose calligraphy
Yeah.
as the scribe's task?
It's brilliant,
Yeah.
and on the one hand, it's just beautiful to watch,
Yeah.
right? But it's also so symbolic.
Yeah.
Calligraphy requires precision and artistry,
Uh-huh.
like a human touch,
Yeah.
qualities that might actually be even more valuable
Right.
in an automated world.
Okay.
It reminds us that even when machines take over certain jobs,
Yeah.
there's always going to be a need for like these uniquely human
Yeah, those human skills.
and creativity.
So what does all of this actually mean for us listening right now?
Yeah.
In a world where automation is already kind of starting to reshape industries.
The scribe is a powerful reminder
Yeah.
that the future of work is being shaped right now. It's not predetermined.
Right.
It challenges us to really think about the role
Yeah.
we want technology to play in our lives
Yeah.
and how we can prepare for the changes that are coming. What skills can you develop? What problems can you uniquely solve?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot to think
A
about.
lot to think about. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
Absolutely.
for joining us on this deep dive into the scribe and all these interesting questions that it raises about the future of work.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
And if this conversation sparks some ideas for you, be sure to share it with other people
Yeah.
who might find it just as fascinating.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for listening to Exploring Futures.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.